Can you beat Spyro 3 without breaking any chests? Welcome back to my third Spyro video, where I try to beat the game without breaking any chests. Now Spyro 3 mixes up the formula again. Firstly, enemies now drop gems again. And secondly, there are gems hidden in all sorts of objects, such as rocks, mushrooms, shells, and many other things. To keep things simple and to avoid any confusion, I won't destroy any of the following chests: regular chests, metal chests, floating chests, underwater chests, target chests, strong chests, firework chests, extra lives, and the mystery pot. So here are the rules for this run. First of all, never destroy a chest. I'll quit out if I accidentally do. And secondly, I want to collect as much treasure and as many eggs as possible. Here's a few disclaimers for this run. First of all, there's no way to keep track of chests in the game. So to keep me accountable, a full playthrough of my game is available in the description. And finally, this is a blind run. I've not watched anyone else attempt this beforehand, so if someone else has done this, please support their content as well. With that all said, let's begin. Welcome to Sunrise Spring. It was a beautiful day to start looting treasure. Up ahead was our first dragon egg. Now, there's 150 dragon eggs in this game, so we have a lot of collecting to do. Now for the sake of video length, I'm not going to show every single egg I collect, but I'll try to keep you updated as our adventure unfolds. After being mocked by Bianca,
you're the one in charge of rescuing the eggs, huh?
I had the pleasure of meeting Moneybags again.
My, how funny to see you here.
Now he wants 300 gems to free Sheila, so our first gem target was set. After doing some spelunking in the caves, 2 eggs were saved. There was an abundance of gems just lying on the ground, and I found 2 more eggs in hidden places. After clearing the hub, it was time to visit Sunny Villa. George needed some help with the Rhinox,
Can you help us?
so I got to work. I went for a nice scenic flight and hatched 2 more dragons. I was in the mood for a break, so I decided to go skateboarding. After eradicating the lizard population twice, Emily and Daisy joined our dragon family. And with nothing left to do, I returned home with 401 gems in the bank. I freed Sheila and started clearing out the Alp. I was finally free to destroy all the rocks I wanted to. I made a fortune destroying people's homes, and 3 old ladies joined our team. With Sheila being free from her cage, I could finally climb the tower inside Sunny Villa, and we rescued Lucy. With the villa complete, it was time to chill out in the clouds. There was an absurd amount of treasure just lying on the ground. But Moneybags took 200 of our finest gems.
Precious gems.
After turning on the cloud generator, I rung the bells of awakening, hunted down a thief, and discovered Treasure Island, adding 3 more dragons to our family. I spent some time praising the sun, and the Molten Crater portal started working again. I battled through the enemies and spent my hard-earned cash on opening the Speedway.
Catching those dastardly egg thieves.
There were a few chests hidden on the supercharge that I had to be careful to avoid, but I caught both thieves and freed 2 more dragons. Our savings were looking bleak, but on the upside, we had enough eggs to visit Seashell Shore. I started smashing shells, and I worked on my volleyball skills. Sheila became a terrorist, and 2 more eggs were saved. I had such a nice time at the beach. I went for a boat ride, I did some plumbing, I freed some seals, and I went home with 521 gems in my pocket. Let's go to the races. I zoomed past the butterflies. I collected 400 gems. Hunter joined World War II. and 3 dragons joined our crew. I'd completed as much of Sunrise Spring as I could at this point, and with 33 eggs and 1,721 gems in total, things were looking pretty good. I jumped on the balloon and headed towards Buzz's dungeon. After touching down, I gave Buzz a bath and made my way to Midday Gardens. We had finally made it to Midday Gardens. After chilling out with Matt and Dave, I found the legendary Mingus. What a name. Moneybags stole 700 of my gems.
What a sucker!
But Sergeant Byrd was free again, and it was time to clear out his base. I started rescuing the hummingbirds. I sniped my foes, and 2 more dragons were saved. I rescued 4 hummingbirds, but the 5th was trapped deep underground, and the only way to save her was to blow up the heavy chest. Now, if you remember back to Spyro 2, if you blow up a chest but don't pick up any of the gems, it will respawn later on. So, I made the sacrifice. I rescued the hummingbird and I saved baby Roy. But did the chest respawn? I quit out, I came back, and the chest was safe. Mission accomplished. But I needed the sergeant's help in Molten Crater. I picked up the heads, I assembled the pieces of Exodia, and I collected 2 more eggs. Speaking of secret missions, Zoe had a mission for Sparks to do.
But only Sparks will be able to reach it.
Sparks went to Crawdad Farm and went crabbing. With some well-placed shots, the king was dead. I collected all the treasure, and Sparks received his first power-up.
Even further away from Spyro.
Let's get magical at Enchanted Towers. I cleared out the towers. The sergeant collected some bones, and I was forced to watch some more Fortnite dancing. I guided a lost wolf home, and after a lot of heroic work, I just wanted to go skateboarding. Hunter showed me some basic tricks, but I still remember all my old moves from childhood.
Wow, you learn really fast!
But it was time for a showdown. Who would score more points? Spoiler alert, Hunter got absolutely wrecked. It was just so much fun skating around again, and I set a new personal record. Let me know if you guys beat my high score. After returning home, it was time to visit the Icy Peak. Explosives and ice, what could go wrong? After sniping the birds, I was very careful to not blow up the chests. And after reaching the end, 3 more dragons were saved. At the local Speedway, there were 2 thieves who needed to be taught a lesson. I used some big brain strats and I took out the red one. And then I chased down the other. On the supercharge, I found this wall of ice. I managed to break through, but a gem was added to my counter. Did I just break a chest without knowing it? I had a gut feeling that something was wrong, so I quit out. I came back and I broke the wall again, and my gut feeling was right. That was a really close one. But all my positive feelings vanished as soon as Moneybags stole another 500 gems.
Show's about to start.
I gracefully slid around on the ice, and I won first place. After returning home, it was time for Spooky Swamp. Now, Spooky Swamp is my least favourite level in this game. Have a think back. What childhood trauma did this level give you years ago? Don't worry, you'll remember soon enough. While you're busy thinking, I paid Moneybags to open the door.
You've made a wise choice.
I hatched 3 more eggs, and I killed an evil wizard. Your time's up! The reason I hate this level is because of these next 2 eggs.
But we just go boom.
I've written a haiku for this occasion. Swamps aren't my delight. Haiku twists my thoughts around. Escort quests bring gloom. I tried my very best, but the fireflies kept finding ways to die. But after a lot of patience and some frantic stumping, both eggs were free from their cage. It was time to find my zen at Bamboo Terrace. Several eggs were just chilling on the ground, and I found a stack of secret lives that I sadly couldn't use. The gems kept rolling in, and after chasing a thief and sniping some rhinox, our dragon family was growing. It was time to head west for another Speedway challenge. I outraced the planes, found some more money, and after grilling some steak, the Speedway was clear. It was time to dig, set, and take down Spike. After a very short battle, it was all over, and we were heading to Evening Lake. After arriving safely, it was time to clean up the lake. I dived through the fire and the flames, and I got eaten by a whale. But it was worth it because I saved 2 more dragons. My wallet needed saving from Moneybags though, as he took a whopping 1,000 gems from me. After Bentley had expressed himself, it was time to defend his outpost. I Uno reversed the seals, caused an avalanche with my manliness, smashed my way to victory, and rescued 3 more of our friends. But Bamboo Terrace was calling Bentley's name. Bentley crushed the rhinox, he bravely climbed the tower, and Brubeck was saved. But it was time for another adventure with Sparks.
I've located another lost egg.
After slaying the spiders, it was a tense battle with the Spider King. But Sparks prevailed in the end. After so much adventure, it was time to cool down at frozen altars. The fairies gave me the power to freeze anything I breathed on. But burning things alive with lasers was way more fun. I single-handedly made the elephants an endangered species. But shortly after, my wallet was endangered, as I paid Moneybags 800 gems just to play hockey. I started herding cats, and I freed another friend. Let's go punch a Yeti in the face. Now, I still have no idea how to beat this guy properly, so I just started spamming buttons. And after 2 successful knockouts, Ali and Rico were safe. I returned home with a depressingly small 294 gems in my bank account. But maybe I could find some treasure in the Lost Fleet. I went on a crusade against the crabs, and I took a refreshing bath in the acid lake. After sinking some subs, it was skateboarding time again. I was quite rusty with the rocket board, but after some practice, it all started coming back to me. Back at the lake, Hunter got kidnapped, and to celebrate, I decided to buy some fireworks. I started assassinating the ninjas, and I launched myself to new heights. I watched Greta wreck the rhinox, and she saved another egg from destruction. It was time to take on the twin dragons. Now, there was a very high chance of me accidentally shooting a chest during this battle, so I collected all the loose gems on the ground before the fight started. It was time to prove that I was the best dragon, But while flying, my prediction came true, and one of my shots destroyed a chest. I continued the fight, and I took out the red dragon. After what felt like an eternity of shooting, I was finally the only dragon remaining. But sadly, 3 chests in total were destroyed. But the gems were still there, so all was not lost. I left the area, I sacrificed Spyro, and after going back, all the chests had respawned safely. It was a very close call, but technically speaking, no chests have been destroyed. I did a final hunt for gems, but I was late for a wedding in Charmed Ridge. I broke through the Rhinoc ranks, but Moneybags broke my wallet again, and he took another 600 gems from me. I cleared the path, I stormed the gate, and I watched the happy couple ride into the sunset. Sergeant Byrd had a hot date with a fairy.
Where have you been, James?
And after romantically murdering witches over a pool of acid, Abby was saved. After growing some mushrooms, it was time to head home. I have a feeling this Speedway is gonna be a sweet time. I buzzed past the bees, collected a fat stack of gems, hatched 2 more eggs, but sadly Hunter was still in prison and he couldn't help save the final dragon. My savings account was looking decent again. Let's scorch this boss. After exiting the rocket, I loaded up on missiles and I started shooting. After waiting for the perfect moment, the final blow was dealt. Midnight Mountain was now in our sights. After arriving at the mountain, Hunter was freed from prison. I tried setting Agent 9 free, but I needed a whopping 1,300 gems to proceed. After chasing down a thief, I found a hidden trove of gems. And it was time to play Tomb Raider. After flaming the enemies, I had the 1,300 gems I needed, but Moneybags was at it again. To finish this level, I'd need to spend 800 gems, but I thought about it and saving Agent 9 would give me access to even more gems, so I said no. I met up with Sheila,
Hi, Spyro. Haven't seen you in a while.
and after a stroll through the ruins, our dragon was growing. Back at the mountain, I decimated my savings,
You've always had a weakness for helping silly little creatures.
and Agent 9 was free. After chasing Moneybags away, it was time to experiment in the lab. I practiced my shooting, I plucked some feathers, drowned some Rhinocs, and I saved 3 more eggs. But another secret mission was calling Agent 9's name. After firing some warning shots, I found a minigun, and I shredded my way through the enemies. The fireworks factory was clear. Zoe had another quest for Sparks,
Called Starfish Reef.
and it was time to clean up the beach. After defeating the stingrays,
Egg is
Sparks
making
leveled
you
up his health.
stronger, allowing you to take 1 more hit for Spyro.
With Hunter being free again, I went for a boat ride, and I grabbed the last egg. We were getting so close to the end, just a few more levels to go. After crushing the crystals and cleaning out the pool, I had enough gems to get through the desert ruins. But just when things were looking up, Moneybags wanted another 1,000 gems. I was worried. Would I have enough gems to finish both levels? Without the funds, I couldn't progress any further. So, I returned to the desert ruins. I paid the fee,
Very well then.
I collected some gems, and I hunted some sharks. But Spyro yearned for the mines. After taking a leap of faith, the gems started to flood in. I broke down the wall, survived the Tunnel of Doom, made the dinosaurs go extinct, and returned home with 592 gems. But another Speedway was on the horizon. I came first, I got paid, and Hunter started vaping. And the last Speedway was clear. I was so close to the 1,000 gems I needed. So, I visited the haunted tombs to get some money. I played on a slip and slide. I joined the army. I shot my way through an ambush. And I returned home with 1,365 gems. With sufficient funds in my bank account, I made my final payment to Moneybags.
Let's see.
I went for another slide. I shot down a thief in a plane. I played whack-a-mole. And our collection was nearly complete. It was time to fight the Sorceress. I fired the cannons. I charged the battlefield. And the Sorceress met a fiery fate. But the true final boss of the game was ahead. It was time to get revenge on Moneybags. The sound of gems was music to my ears. And after the most satisfying chase in history, we saved another egg from Moneybags. There was only one egg remaining, and it was up to Sparks to bring our journey to an end. Sparks bravely fought the robots, and after obliterating the boss's health, the last egg was rescued. So, can you beat Spyro 3 without breaking chests? Yes. Yes you can. I was able to rescue 149 eggs, collect a total of 8,821 treasure, and I beat the game without a single chest being broken. Sadly, you need 15,000 gems to enter the super bonus round, but being able to beat 82% of the game without breaking a single chest is a win in my book. Well, that concludes my no chest trilogy for Spyro. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I hope you've enjoyed the series. I hope you're having an awesome year so far, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. God bless.